NFL Week 6 betting preview, predictions for the Wembley game and the big clash between Chiefs and Patriots. The NFL returns to Wembley and there and #X27 s a huge AFC showdown between the Kansas City Chiefs and New England Patriots. We and #X27 v enjoyed a couple of really successful weeks lately with 2 clean sweeps of the live Sunday games, meaning the winning run stands at 6 on the spin heading into what is a huge, and tricky to call, Sunday of games. The Seahawks arrived in London a day earlier than the Raiders for the first Wembley game of the season, and while it and #X27 s hard to work out just how the long trip will affect teams on what we know so far this season, Seattle should be well ahead of Oakland on the field as well. In many ways it and #X27 s been a typical Raiders season so far. They and #X27 v spent $100 million on luring John Gruden out of the commentary booth and back onto the sidelines, but so far have just one win and the loss of their best player Khalil Mack to show for it. Marshawn Lynch may offer some salvation at Wembley as he and #X27 LLB turning the beast mode dial up to full as he faces his former team, but his production has gone from 130 yards to 31 in the last 2 weeks and he and #X27 s perhaps not being used as much as he should. FYA thy negation thy section. The NFL returns to London this weekend with the Seahawks facing the Raiders. Thy pound I diaresis Adila our man at Sports Ball and Sky Sports News and number 39. NFL correspondent at Richard Graves 1 breakdown the big game. Seahawks Raider Nation and flukepick.twitter.com/osksdesksforfit and #X27 s even more the case when you consider Oakland quarterback Derek Carr has the joint most interceptions so far with 8, 3 coming in the opposition end zone, which helps to explain the Raiders are 29th in points scored despite being 6th in yards gained. Seattle to the unbeaten LA Rams the distance last week in a narrow loss that will give them huge positives as they look to be finding their tough running identity again, and although they and #X27 re-on 2-3 none of their games have had more than 9 points in it, so they could easily have a winning record. Having so much to clean up on, so many errors to fix and trying to do it all against a decent team after a long haul trip just looks like too much for the Raiders to make up on. Prediction, Seattle Seahawks to win, -4.5, at 11/8. This is one of those head-scratchers between two teams that seem to defy logic on any given week and looks a tough one to call with both teams on 3-2 after bad defeats last week. The Titans went from beating the Super Bowl champion Eagles in overtime to losing to the Buffalo Bills of all teams, while the Ravens went from winning in Pittsburgh to not scoring a touchdown in an overtime defeat in Cleveland. They and #X27 re both some come-downs. Baltimore started the season by converting their first 13 visits to the red zone but have now gone 7 quarters and overtime without scoring a touchdown and will need to break that league-leading drought to stand a chance in Nashville. The venue here could be a deciding factor as Tennessee are 2-0 at home this season and this game marks the 3rd away game in a row for Baltimore, and these stints on the road can take it out of a team. Prediction, Tennessee Titans win at 5/4. The biggest game of the season so far sees the unbeaten 5-0 Chiefs take on their biggest test with a trip to Gillette Stadium to face Tom Brady and the Patriots, where we and #X27 LLC if Patrick Mahomes is the real deal. The second-year QB leads the league with 14 touchdowns and a second-best Chiefs offense that averages 35 points a game against a 5-time Super Bowl winner with 500 TD passes and looking to be the first QB to win 200 regular season games. Brady and #X27 s also 41, meaning the 23-year-old Mahomes was just 6 when he won his first Super Bowl ring. But Mahomes should worry more what defensive genius Bill Belichick has up his sleeve for the young triggerman. There are playmakers wherever you look on the field with Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce for Kansas City, while the Pats look to have finally found their own firepower with rookie Sony Michel joining James White as backfield threats while new signing Josh Gordon caught his first TD last week. There and #27 s an interesting form line going on between these two and the Jacksonville Jaguars as the last game of their mini-series. The Jags beat New England but lost to the Chiefs, and should Kansas City win on Sunday that would already give them a huge edge in the playoff hunt. The Chiefs started 5-0 last season before stumbling to a 10-6 record and losing their first playoff game. A contest with the best around will give some idea if they and #27 re better equipped this time around. Prediction: Kansas City Chiefs, plus 3.5, at evens. NFL Week 6 schedule: Sunday, October 14th, Monday, October 15th.